Hello! I would like to show you how to make this Mother's Day card using your cutter plotter. For this card design, I'm using the pen and knife tool on my Cricut machine. Here I've set up my workstation with all the tools I need. For me, the blue cutting mat works perfectly when working with paper or card material. I've tried mats with a stronger grip before, but found that you run the danger of ripping your paper when removing your design from the mat. And the scissors and the glue you will only need if you intend to make your poppies pop with the colored paper background. Now that everything is prepared, let's go over to our Cricut design space. I'm using my Cricut Maker for this, which is great because I can load the pen and the knife tool at the same time and can make the card in one go. Let's start a new project and click on Upload. Here you can upload your own design. Or if you like my design, you can find a link to download this from Etsy in the description. If you're using my design, I would recommend uploading the SVG format, as this will give you the best result with the pen tool. Choose the Upload Image option. Then simply drag and drop the downloaded SVG file here and click Upload. Select it from your recent uploads, insert image. And now we're going to have to make some preparations before we can make it. We will need to attach all the layers down here, so Cricut knows this is one design that belongs together. Otherwise it will assume every layer is a separate element and reorganize the layout for you. We need to educate our Cricut about what tool to use for each of the layers. This layer here, with the writing and the stems, I would like to be drawn with a pen. So I go into the Operations panel, up there, and select the pen tool. I will use the pen that came with my Cricut machine, so the black pen is perfect for me. And just a quick heads up, if you're uploading your own design and would like to achieve a single stroke pen effect, like I'm using here, you will need to do this from a vector shape. I haven't found a way to do this in the Cricut design space, but you can do this in any vector program and export your file in an SVG format. If you upload an image of writing or drawing that is not vector-based, the Cricut program will always draw the outlines. If you would like me to explain this in a separate video, let me know in the comments below. Then in my design template we also have this line for the proper Cricut pros that have a scoring wheel tool. If you do have one, tell the Cricut to use this by selecting the score setting in the operations menu. I will show you how to make this design without the scoring tool. So we'll have to click on the little eyeball icon next to this layer to make it disappear. This will also disable the scoring tool in the making process. I will show you later how to do the scoring lines manually using a kitchen knife. Then this is the last layer of the card and it should already be on the basic cut setting, as this is the default setting in the Cricut design space. Before we continue in the Cricut design space, let's prepare our mat by removing the protective film from the sticky cutting mat. And aligning the card paper on the top left corner. The Cricut will naturally leave an about 5 mm gap until it starts cutting, so don't worry if your paper doesn't align perfectly. Load your mat into the machine and press the load button. Now going back to the design space, we can now click on Make It. Now you can see what your layout will look like on the mat. Make sure your design is in the area where you placed your paper. Press Continue. Now we have to choose the base material. To do this, go to Browse All Materials and choose the one that's most fitting for you. In my case, this was medium cardstock. Default pressure is perfect for me as well, as my blade is relatively new. So now we just need to check that the suggested tools are loaded into the Cricut machine. I already have a fine point blade loaded, so I only need to load the pen tool. To do this, I'm removing the lid, clicking it into position, and close the brace. Now we can click on Make It. I know my machine is not faster than yours. I'm just speeding up the video so you don't have to wait that long. When the machine is done, you can click the load button again to unload the mat. Remove the extra paper around your card and then turn the mat to remove the actual card. I was lucky here and the design popped right out, but I find that sometimes you will need to go in with a scalpel or scissors to degrid your design neatly. To make our card look more professional, we will make some scoring marks now. And if you don't have a scoring tool, I find you can easily use the blunt side of a kitchen knife for this. Find the middle of your card and make a mark with your knife. Then turn your card around and repeat the step on the other side. Now it's time to connect both marks. And to put the ruler in the right position, you can see here that I'm first putting down the knife into the marked dent and then align my ruler to the knife. This way you don't have that awkward gap after aligning your ruler perfectly. Now you have a mark that tells your paper where it's supposed to bend, but just to make sure that this is really the middle, I usually start folding the card by putting the two corners onto each other and finding the perfect middle from there. Turn the card around and now do the same thing on the other side. Now fully fold the card. To finish it off, take your knife again, and this time, using the handle, press down gently on the back side of your card to smooth down the fold. I do this on the back because it can leave a slight shimmery mark on your paper and you don't want that to be on the front of your card. Now the card is technically ready to be used, but I would like to add the pop to my poppies that I was talking about earlier. So I just grabbed some red colored paper and played around with what areas I would like to cover with this. I decided to just do the petals in red. So I placed the red paper facing down on the inside of the card, making sure it covers all the petals. And made a mark with my pen to know where I will have to cut. Then I grabbed my paper glue and loosely glued around the area that my paper will cover. I tried not to get too close to the cutouts to avoid having glue coming through and showing from the front. Stick down your paper with the colored side facing down and close your card to admire what you just made. I hope you had fun with this video and learned something new. Check out my channel for more cutout projects and feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below if you have any questions. Bye bye!